What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's What's for Dinner video. I'm going to share with you guys some meals that we had to eat in our house this past week that we really enjoyed. But first, today's video is a collaboration with my friend Casey over at Life with Casey. She has similar content to mine, so I think that you will really enjoy her channel. She will also be posting a What's for Dinner video over on her channel as well, so I will leave the link to that down in my description box below, along with a link to her channel. So I would really love it if you would go and check her out and show her some love. Make sure you comment and let her know that I sent you over there. If you are coming from Casey's channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you will decide to subscribe and stick around a while. Just make sure you hit that red button down below and hit all on notifications, and you will know every time I post a video here on YouTube. Alrighty, you guys, we're gonna get on into today's video. I hope you enjoy. So to start this meal out, I have taken 2 chicken breasts and cut them into 1-inch pieces and seasoned them with this Grill Mates Brazilian Steakhouse seasoning. It is amazing, you guys. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get our cheesy Mexican rice started. It definitely is not restaurant style, but it'll do. Next to my greased pan, or my pan that I have oiled here, I'm going to add my chicken and allow it to get all cooked up. I don't know about you, but I really like my chicken to have a little bit of kind of a grill mark to it. I don't like it just barely cooked. So now I'm going to empty all of the chicken out on my cutting board here, and I'm going to give it a good chop, because I've noticed in a lot of quesadillas that I've had that the chicken is usually cut up a little bit more than I have it cut up here, so that's why I'm doing that. And to my heavily loved skillet, I'm going to go ahead and add some butter here, and we're going to get these quesadillas started. First off, obviously, I add my quesadillas, and then next I'm going to put a good amount of chicken on each one. And I already had this mild cheddar shredded up, so I'm just going to use that tonight. And then I have this queso dip from our recent trip to our local Mexican restaurant, so I am utilizing that. It made all the difference, you guys. Alright, and those are all done, so I'm going to pull those off, and I'm going to make a couple of more. One of them being just a plain cheese quesadilla, but y'all can't guess who that one's for. Harrison, of course, my picky eater. Alrighty, and dinner's done, and it is time to eat. I served mine with a little bit of salsa and some sour cream, and I put a little bit of sour cream on top of my rice. However, I'm not sure how I felt about that, but you know, it is what it is. Alrighty, you guys, to start this meal off, I'm going to go ahead and make my famous brine recipe that we have used for years. I will leave the exact ingredients down below. I am cooking a turkey breast today instead of a whole turkey, so my ingredients are a little bit decreased here. So the original ingredients are 2 cups of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of peppercorn, 1 cup of honey, 1 bunch of fresh thyme, 1 head of garlic, and 1 lemon cut in half, along with about 2 gallons of water to cover your turkey breast. So here I've added all the ingredients to my bowl, and I'm just going to go ahead and combine them. I'm going to add them to the top of my turkey breast here, and then I will fill the rest of this bowl up with water. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw this turkey breast in my refrigerator to brine overnight. And heads up, I've never really cooked a turkey breast before, so I really didn't know really what I was doing here. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. So I'm using my Dutch oven with my little trivet from my Instant Pot, and I was like, should I put liquid in the bottom of this? I really don't know, because I know a turkey makes its own juice, but I don't think turkey breasts do. Well, guess what? They don't. So yeah, and you're going to find that out in just a minute when I pull it open, and you're like, oh my God, what is that? So the turkey itself did not burn, but the juice below did. So I don't know if it helped or not, guys, putting the extra brine juice down in the bottom, but my turkey turned out nice and juicy. Next, I'm going to go ahead and throw together my Hashbrown Casserole. That is 1 stick of butter, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and I usually do about 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, 16 ounces of sour cream, Now I'm going to go ahead and mix those ingredients before I add the potatoes in. And this is Jeff's favorite way to make the hash browns. He likes the shredded potatoes. I kind of want to make it with the diced potatoes sometime. But anyway, you put a whole bag of those in and just stir and stir and stir until everything is combined. And yes, I do add my potatoes in frozen. Next, I'm going to add that whole concoction to a 9 by 13, and we are going to cook that on 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Up next is green bean casserole, and I just followed the instructions on that can of cream of mushroom soup that you see there. So it was the 12-ounce bag of the fine green beans, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, a half a cup of milk, and about 2/3 of a cup of French fried onions. Now I'm just going to give that a good stir, and then I'm going to stick that in the oven on 350 for about 30 minutes. And nobody else in my house likes green bean casserole but me. I was the only one who ate it. Next, I'm going to go ahead and kind of piece together some cornbread stuffing here, or we call it dressing here. My recipe I use calls for 1 egg, 1 can of chicken broth, and 1 stick of butter. But you know what? This is probably less than I make, so I actually just did a half a stick of butter and probably like a cup of chicken broth, and I did use the better than bouillon. So now I'm going to go ahead and stick this in my I'm going to stick this in my smaller casserole dish here and stick that in the oven on 350 for about 30 minutes as well. Next, it's time to go ahead and carve up my turkey breast. And I know some people like their turkey carved kind of on the thin side, but I like mine in nicer, thicker pieces. So you'll see in just a minute how I carve my turkey. For those of you that watched my grocery haul, not this last one, I'll link it for you guys in the iCards above. I had mentioned that I did the Ibotta free Thanksgiving. Well, that is where this meal was inspired, because I couldn't help myself. I was wanting Thanksgiving dinner so bad that I couldn't wait. All right, and there is the turkey all carved up. Next, I'm going to go ahead and pull my green bean casserole out of the oven and add the remaining amount of the French fried onions to the top, and I'm going to stick that back in the oven for about 5 minutes to let it toast. Next, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the Hashbrown casserole. I add French fried onions, thanks to my friend Denise, who turned me on to that. It is so good with French fried onions on top. I used to do like Lay's potato chips, not anymore. All right, and here is our spread. We've got mashed potatoes and gravy, a green bean casserole, turkey, of course. Here is the dressing, Hashbrown Casserole, and then I also went ahead and made some yeast rolls on the side. And last but not least, I can't forget about my cranberry sauce. I'm the only one who ate it. All right, and here's my plate. I know I look like a little piggy, but it was so good, and I think I ate every single bite. All right, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and pierce my potatoes. So I'm going to be cooking them in my air fryer. Next, I'm going to go ahead and drizzle on some extra virgin olive oil, and I will use my hands to disperse that all over the potatoes. Adding the olive oil definitely makes a difference, you guys. Next, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on some kosher salt, and we're going to add these into my smaller air fryer that I have. It still did the trick. 5 of them fit in there, and I couldn't believe it. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and cook these on 380 degrees for 35 minutes. Next, I'm going to go ahead and prep the chicken. To season the chicken, I used paprika, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Very simple seasonings. I got this meal idea from my neighbor, Tracy. She had made these a couple of weeks ago, and I told myself, girl, you have got to try that because I love anything with bacon. And y'all know this household, we love anything with bacon, right? All right, so we're just going to take each strip here and we're going to wrap a piece of bacon around it. And what you're seeing here is 2 full chicken breasts that I have cut into strips. Do those not look amazing, guys? Alright, and I'm going to cook these on 400 degrees. And I was kind of playing around with it a little bit because I didn't know how long it would take. But it's 400 degrees, 10 minutes on each side, guys. So here I am flipping them over and just kind of giving you a little sneak peek there. Trust me, the chicken gets done. The bacon was the problem I was having. I couldn't get the bacon done. Alrighty, they're all done. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of the air fryer. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the remaining pieces in here and let them go ahead and cook. But you know what? We have enough to go ahead and eat. So I'm going to let these cook while we eat. Do those not look so good, y'all? They were amazing. What a great idea. Thanks, Tracy. And here is my plate. I served these with obviously the baked potatoes, and I also went ahead and made some green beans on the side with some bacon in them. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to wrap it up for this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope that you have enjoyed hanging out with me. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below. If so, leave me a comment and let me know if you decide to make any of the recipes or meals that I have shared with you here. And I hope that you will also go and check out my friend Casey. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And until next time, keep them fed.